Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we are on this bright and sunshiny Sunday morning. Did y'all remember to set your clocks for daylight savings? So we all had to spring forward and we lost an hour's sleep. Delightful. Just what I needed last night because, oh, good Lord, am I tired. I'm going to move this thing and set this thing up here. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Gotta find my coffee. That is a requirement this morning. Okay. Here we are. Make sure the comments are set. And it is just me today. Oh, and I am chilly. I'm going to put on my... There we go. Put on my blankie. My Franken blankie. I'll tell you what, it is ugly, but it is warm. Warm. Ain't nobody looking very close at it, so that's all that matters. Where are my comments? There's my comments. Good morning, Miss Mary. How are you? So I had a little message this morning from Linda. Linda is going to church with her people, which I kind of thought that was a thing. What is it? Nope, it's over here. Oh, okay. It's the handle to my bag. I'm like, what is that pink thing? It's the handle to my bag. Because I was worried about her last week when we didn't see her. And I thought she was going to church with her people. And that's what it was. But then I also got a message from Miss Cheryl. And she's not going to be with us today. And she is going to be highly missed because, as we know, Miss Cheryl gives us all the tips and tricks and helps with us all of our little problems. So, yeah, she's highly missed when she is not around. Miss Mary, I am also extremely tired. I am not achy. Well, I am achy, but no more than normal. So yeah. Well, you know what? I did not do. I usually send out a little reminder to. Let's just do that real quick because I do like to send out a reminder to the messenger groups that we are here. We're here and we are running. Here we go. We are here and we are running. Boom, boom, and that's kind of the only two places I send it out to. Oh, yeah. I also pop it over to the... How come you're achy? Did you work too hard? I also pop it over into the community tab. See you in a minute. And let's put a couple of... Boom. Okay, just a little reminder to folks that we're here. All right. So that's that. Mary, how's your project coming? Are you projecting away? Are you working on stuff? Are you getting things done? I see some lurkers. There in the background. Get on in here and tell us how your projects are going. Yeah, my back is very stiff in the mornings. And I had terrible leg cramps last night. And I knew I was going to because I was on my feet all day long yesterday. And when that happens, then I always have leg cramps at night. Well, you guys are going to have a big laugh at me when you see what I did. Good Lord. Miss Cheryl, it's your fault, Miss Cheryl. It is your fault. I blame Cheryl. For today. Yeah, we'll talk about my show in just a minute. I did want to, you guys, I am so tired. I'm going to be squirreling all over the place this morning. But dang it. I've lost my concentration already, and we barely have gotten started. It was something I was talking about. We were talking about stiff backs, and we were talking about being sore. All right, let's just go. Okay. So I wanted to see, I know what I was going to do. I was going to look real quick in our list of cow people. All right, Linda will be here later. Cheryl, I'm not sure. Haven't heard. I'm not sure what's going on with her. Well, we know Cheryl's is done. Linda's is probably done. You're getting started on yours. I'm just flipping through here real quick for names. And I did look at the video this morning from Pinky Jean. She finished hers and it looks really good. She finished hers or she's just starting hers? I think she's just starting hers. But she knits really fast. She'll be done with hers in no time. She was getting ahead of the game, so she decided to take a week off so that she could slow down, basically. And it was funny. I heard from KB Fibers the other day. Oh, she's doing this. She's doing the. I can't believe she even did this because she's such an amazing knitter. She's working on that sock challenge. So she's already done the entire series of this thing. I cannot find the name I'm looking for, but there are a few other people who are doing this. Why can't I find the other name I'm looking for? Yeah, KB Fibers. And KB Fibers is on Twitch. Oh, hello, Katrina. Good morning. Good. I'm glad that you're hanging out with us. So KB Fibers is on Twitch. And you can go in there and look at her socks. She's in this. It's a competition that she does every year. And they are absolutely amazing. These socks that are created in there. Absolutely amazing. But she's already done this whole thing. And Paula, that's who I was wondering about. Paula. I heard on a different channel that Paula was in the hospital. And I hadn't heard from her in here. So I was wondering if anybody had heard from her or knew anything. Because I haven't heard from her in a little bit. And that's what was in my mind and I wanted to ask about. If anybody had heard anything from Paula. So that's what I was wondering about. I was watching a playback of someone else's live. And they had mentioned that Paula was in the hospital. Thank you for putting Twitch's thing in there. I do want to go in there and look at that because I do know that Twitch has finished the first round. It's like a series of, and I guess they get harder and harder and harder. And she's gotten through the first round. So super interesting contest that they do every year with the sock challenge. And KB is an amazing knitter. So yeah, go in and take a look at the sock challenge if you get a chance to. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. I don't know that that's her YouTube. I'm not sure that she puts up stuff on there about, she talks about it, But I don't know how much of the sock challenge you'll see on the YouTube channel. Because I know for a long time I could not get onto Twitch, and now I can. And so I couldn't see her sock stuff before. Oh, she does. Okay. Okay. That might be easier then, because I couldn't get onto Twitch for a long, long time. Okay, so now, Mary, did you say you have just started this week's square? I am, because I have quite a story. I have quite a story. I'm such a dork. Okay. Well, as you know, as most of you know, this was craft fair week. Yesterday was my very first craft fair of the year, and it did go quite well. Much better than I was going to say, better than I expected. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. I did hope for the best. And I don't plan for the worst, but I certainly don't ever want the worst to happen. But you don't want to over anticipate at these craft fairs. I've never done a spring show craft fair. This is my first year doing them. I have heard, what did I hear? I've heard that sometimes they go well and sometimes they don't. It's iffy. We had decent weather. It was gloomy and rainy, but it didn't pour down rain. So I don't think the weather had anything to do with it. The other vendors were saying that it was not well attended. I felt it was steady. It was slow getting started. It was slow in the morning, but it was definitely probably 11-ish. It opened at 9, but by 11-ish, it was definitely steady. And it was steady throughout the rest of the day. And I didn't have time to crochet. I took a crochet project with me, and I did not have time to crochet. And I want to show you this fancy thing that I came up with. I love this little doohickey. So, here at the house, Miss Dana's got me using the Yarn Genie, but I couldn't really take that with me. And I wanted something that I could pick up and set down real easily in between customers. And so I've got this thing, and I'm sure it has a name, but I call it my walking yarn caddy. And it's something that I picked up to sell at the craft fair. And I thought I'd be using it during the show, and people would see me using it and go, "Oh, what is that?" And I could talk about it, because it's one of those things that people have to see you using it or they don't have any idea what it is. And this is what it looks like. Isn't this just the most interesting thing? So when I ordered them to sell, they showed up like this. And I wish I had
another one.
Yeah, but they're in my backpack. They're in my backpack, which is all the way up. But that's all right. I can show this one. And then I can show people what I did. How I solved the issue. Because it really was a good solution. I was very proud of myself. So the way this thing comes is it looks like this. It's this kind of a little doohickey. And it's 2 pieces. And you hook it together like that. And you saw I had my yarn ball on it. And this is a ball of, what is this a ball of? Mandala. So these cakes are big, right? and it fit on there. No problem at all. Well, when you get these, you have to come up with the ones I ordered, I did not realize did not have a strap. You can order them with the strap. I meant to order the ones with the strap, and I just didn't. The ones I ordered did not have a strap. And then I realized the ones that, because I ordered some with a strap and some without, because they came in different colors. But I liked these because they had a plant design on them. Not that you can see the design after you've got your yarn on there anyway, so I don't know what difference it made. And then I realized the ones that did have a strap, they are sort of a leathery, and I'm sure it's plasticky, and as you're wearing them, they're not super comfortable. So I got to thinking, I make these. You're supposed to carry your keys on them, wristlets. And I'm like, bingo, that's the answer, because it's comfortable, it's soft, it's already got the twisty thing on the end of it.
D-ring.
It fits on here perfectly because it's got a nice big snap on it. Carabinder on her, and look at that. And there you go. And it is comfortable and cozy. And I already have these made up ready to go. And so I just put this together as a set, and I'm selling these for $10. I bought one of these for myself from a yarn store for $20. The exact same thing. And it didn't have the nice wristlet. And I like mine better with my own wristlet on it. So you can use this as a walking yarn, holder. Or the other thing that's really cool is you can take this in the car with you. So on those long car drives, you can hook this thing like on the mirror, the visor, or on the rear view mirror. Obviously not while you're driving, but while you're riding. Or how many times have you sat and waited for some kid at a ball game, or waited for someone, I'm going to be 5 minutes, and they go in and half an hour later. And so you're sitting in a car waiting for someone to come out of an appointment or running into a store or something like that. And so this can hang from the visor, or this can hang outside on the porch while you're outside working on something. I really, really like this thing. Now, we go on cruises a lot, and I crochet while I'm walking around on the cruises. And I usually have like a plastic bag or something with me, and I like this much better. Much, much better. So anyway, that was my nifty way of dealing with that particular problem. But we were busy enough yesterday that I did not have time to
show it off.
I did not have time to show that thing off yesterday, other than for a few minutes during my live. I did show it off during my live. But I thought this thing was just really, and it's super lightweight, because it's, it's made out of that, what is that, like balsa wood?
I don't know what kind of wood it is.
But it's really, really lightweight, and it's got a nice finish on it, so it's not gonna, catch on your yarn. But yeah.
It's out of the wood that they do the printer.
So that's my nifty new item. Love it, love it, love it. But for $10 with that wristlet on there. Yep. Mary says, hi, mister.
Hi.
So I really liked that. So we were steady enough that I did not have time to crochet. So that was good. My new rack system worked really, really well. People liked that they could move it back and forth and look at all the earrings. And yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. And as always, I am surprised at what things sell, and I am surprised at what things don't sell. So I did have somebody ask for, and I always tell people, if there's something that you're looking for, let me know. And I had somebody ask for something that I didn't have. And I was shocked because it never occurred to me that I didn't have that item. And she wanted airplane earrings. And I'm like, I have never looked at airplane earrings. So now I've got some airplane earrings in my basket. And I was looking at a lot of travel things. I don't have a lot of cars. I don't have any cars. And I have had people ask for cars before. So I've got some cars in my basket, some airplanes. I'm trying to find like a cruise ship, some travel type stuff. So I'll put a few travel things in there. And I wasn't not going to put in another order before my next show is in 2 weeks, but I might. I just might. And I'm still looking for a bathtub. I have somebody who wants a bathtub, and I'm still looking for a bathtub. But the show was over at 4:00, and come 4:00, I was wore out. I was wore out. So then I had to rush home and finish my square. I had started my square earlier in the week and worked on it, but I did not finish my square. So let me tell you the story of my square.
Put your hands
This week was, okay, I have a list because I am oh so organized, right? Not. Okay, so I just found my list. I have an envelope with all the stuff for this knit along in it, plus other things that ended up in here for no reason whatsoever. I have no idea why this stuff is in here. Need to clean it out. But in this envelope, I have a printout of the border, which I no longer need because I finally have it memorized. I have a printout of, with it colored in, of the order that I'm putting my squares together. And you'll see why this matters here in a second. I have the printout of the pattern, each week's pattern that we're working on. And typically I would print out the entire month at a time. Now, where did that thing go? I just had it because I'm like, oh, okay, here it is. Because I want to show you guys that I have this so that you can see I'm not a complete dork, even though you know I am. Here's my bathroom cleaning list because that needs to be in here, right? Not. Where is that page? I literally just looked at it. I just looked at it and I just told you, okay, that's the color of next week's.
I think you must put it in here.
No, I would not put it in there. That has nothing to do with my knitting. Absolutely nothing.
Does this?
Don't be mean. I just had the piece of paper in my hand. I have not moved from this spot.
That isn't it right up there, is it?
No, that's the one I just set there. Oh my gosh. You guys, I just had it in my hand.
Is it under your blanket?
No, it's not under my blanket. I had it in my hand and I said, this week's is this color and next week's is that color. And then I thought I put it. Oh, this is my life, you guys. This is my life. Well, and this makes, and now, nope, it's not on the floor in front of me. And it's not in my knitting bag, which is right here on my feet. And it's not in my crochet bag. And it's one full sheet of paper. Okay, so, and this is how, and I'm sure this is how it happened. So I have a sheet of paper printed out with the entire schedule of the entire knit along. And every single week, I've got the date next to the pattern that we're working on. I cannot believe this. I have not moved from this spot. 1, 2, not connected to the bathroom cleaning schedule. And so I have the date. I have the name of the project for that week, the pattern for that week. And then next to it, I have the color of, because I have figured out, because I've done my color scheme. So I wrote the color next to each block. There's more pages in here. There it is. And then I have the colors written down next to it so I know what color I'm doing every block. And then when I finish it, I mark it off. Okay? And then over here, I've got marked so I know which week we're on. Oh, so very organized, right? Far from it. Far, far from it, as you can see. So then I print off the whole month's worth of patterns so I don't have to, dink with that every month, every week. And I get ready to start the pattern. And I remember Cheryl saying, I made a little change to this week's pattern. I think it'll make it easier for you. It doesn't affect the pattern at all. I just think, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So I reprinted off the pattern with her little change to it. And I made the block. And here's my block. And I finished it at 11 o'clock last night. And I did my border, my crocheted border. I made a few mistakes. And I even ripped it back. And I made some, and this was not a hard pattern. And I made some mistakes. Luckily, the mistakes look worse on the back than the front. And this wasn't a hard pattern. And I don't know why I had so much problems with it. So here it is. Ta-da-da! And then I started looking at my little list. I made the wrong pattern. I made the wrong block. I made the wrong block. This way, because I kept thinking, wasn't this a chevron this week? Because I kept wondering how we were going to do a chevron in knit. Because I know how we do a chevron in crochet. And I was really interested to see how we were going to do a chevron in knit. Well, that was 2 weeks ago when I was thinking that. And a whole lot has happened in the last 2 weeks. And as I'm working this thing up, I kept thinking, I don't see a chevron. Oh, well, it's going to show up at some point, right? And then I completely forgot about it. And I was struggling with this a little bit. And I'm like, boy, I'm making a lot of mistakes in this thing. And it's not that hard of a pattern. Why am I making so many mistakes in this thing? And then I'm like, oh, I got to get this thing done. And, it's 11 o'clock at night. And I finished it. And it didn't even occur to me till this morning that I made the wrong pattern. I made next week's pattern, which is a seated rib stitch. Seated rib square, which is supposed to be done in cream in my thing. So I've got the wrong square in the wrong color with a lot of mistakes in it. Oh, there's mistakes everywhere in this thing. Everywhere. It's just awful. I should throw the whole thing away and do it again. I won't. But it's definitely a rib. You can definitely see the ribs in it. And obviously I did not do a chevron, which I'm kind of glad. At this point, I'm kind of glad because I really want the chevron to look good. And I really want to learn how to do this chevron. And I was so stressed last week and so tired and so focused on doing the craft fair. And obviously I made a mess of that thing. And that was an easy pattern. I can tell you the repeat right now. It is knit 1. It is purl 1, knit 4 through the whole thing. That's it. Purl 1, knit 4. Turn it, purl 1, knit 4. The only thing that is different, and that's just got to be where I got off, is on the ends. You do a little wiggly on the ends. Because sometimes it is purl 1, knit 5. Sometimes it's purl 1, knit 3. And then you do, so at the beginning and the end is a little bit different. So your edges are a little bit different. But once in the middle, it's exactly the same throughout. So I'm sure I got off on those edges a little bit. So number 1, don't knit at 11:30 at night when you're tired. And honestly, I always feel like I have to have my block finished when I show up in here on Sunday morning. And I don't. It would be ever so much better if I was just partially through and showing you how things are going and not have a block that's a mess. And because that's what I'm going to do from now on. If I'm getting to where my block just isn't done, but I am exhausted and I know I'm going to be making a bunch of mistakes, I'm not going to push myself to finish it. I'm just going to show you what I've got done and move on. So it's an ugly mess and it's the wrong block and the wrong color. But so next week I will do the Chevron seed square, and which is the one you're going to be working on, right, Mary? And I will be using cream, which for me, the cream ones are the ones that I have to change my hook size or my needle size because they work up really, really thin. So I have to go way down. I have to go 1 or 2. I have to go down a hook size to get it smaller, or it ends up way too big. It ends up being 8 inches if I use the hook size that's called for in the pattern. So I have to go hook size. You know what I mean. Needle size. I have to go down needle size, and otherwise it ends up way, way too big. So I have to tighten it up. And then it'll look good. And I think this week is a little more back to normal for me. Still, knitting store is still closed because of their fire, so I don't have knitting lessons. And so that frees up a little bit of time. And I haven't been working on any of my other crochet. Just, hi, Miss Amber. I have only been doing, the only crochet I've been doing is for the block exchange. Isn't that so funny? Because you guys know me, I work on 50, 100 projects at a time. And I think it's because I literally have this much time to crochet right now. Where this much time to crochet. And so, and my brain is so fried. So I've got that pattern memorized. So I just grab that and work on it. I don't even know how many, I don't think I have finished a square since the last time I gave you guys the update. So I think I still have 6 done. And that one I took with me would be my 7th. I think I've started on my 7th. I love this little doohickey. I think it's just the coolest thing. I'm going to use it so much. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's number 7. So I have not finished one in 2 weeks. You get back in there. You get back in there. And I sure hope my hook is in there, because Lord knows if I lose that hook,
This hook here?
this hook right here. I know they're really, really pretty. So I'm halfway done with that project. There's Miss Amber, the queen, my savior. Miss Amber, did you see my text message that I sent you? I wanted to show you guys. Wanted to show you guys. Oops, that's not it. If only I knew how to work my phone. If only. Look at this. Look what you guys did. This is what I woke up to today. All because of Miss Amber. All because of Miss Amber.
It's all her fault, huh?
Yep, it's all her fault. She got me to 1K and she got me to 2K. And if I wasn't so exhausted, maybe I need some pom-poms. Yay for 2K! Oh, the kitty's going nuts down there. She's like, what is that? What is that? You haven't seen the pom-poms in a while. Oh, so tired, so tired, so tired. Oh, there she is. She's like, let me get those for you. Let me help you with the pom-poms. Yeah. How about you don't get into the pom-poms? Oh, you're all wet. You've been outside. Ugh. This is, ugh. Maybe just a little love? Can we have a love? You know, some kitties like to be pet. You know that? Did you know that? Huh? Did you know that some kitties like to be pet? No. That's pure silliness. Kitties liking to be pet. Pure silliness. Nope. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. It can't be. Yeah, I will go live after this just to talk. Oh, my Be Real wants us to take a picture. Everybody smile. Everybody smile. Okay. Sure. I wanted this so bad to pop up during the craft fair yesterday. Oh, no. It didn't pop up until we were doing the breakdown. And you can't force it. I tried to force it. Sunday morning live. Yeah. So we will. So basically that's it for the knitting. We need to, so I see I'm ahead of the game. So this is the block for this week. What a dork I am. And it is the how do I keep losing that piece of paper, you guys? It's a big, thick, because I moved it over here now. It is the Chevron. No, it is not. The one we just finished was the Chevron. No. What in the heck is today? Today's March 10th. March 10th, we are doing the Chevron Seed Stitch Square. Oh, so I'm ahead of the game. So today's stitch, I'm not even behind. Today we are starting the Chevron Seed Stitch Square, which normally I would have finished to show you, right? Is that how that works? Yeah. Okay. So I'm not bad. The Chevron seed stitch square, which I'm sure there is a picture of on here. I'm sure Cheryl did it. Nope, not in there. Over here. Let's see what Cheryl has to offer up to us. See, that's what she did. She went ahead. There it is. All right. This is what this week's, next week. This is what this week's square looks like. And it is a chevron. And she did not give us any notes. Yeah. That was the thing. She gave me notes, but it was on next week's square. Okay. So this week's square is the Chevron seed stitch square. I have no notes about any changes in anything. And so it's just ready, set, go on this one. Miss Amber's going to learn to knit this week. So this is a great square for you to learn on. Ha, ha, ha. No, she's not. Just joking. Just joking. So we're going to do this one this week. And then next week, this is next week's square. And the only thing I'm going to suggest to you is watch your count on your ends. And if you're going to start it before hand, what did she say to do? Let me tell you what she said to do. Cast on 33. I wonder if I can post this.
Wrong.
Because she adjusted the pattern. And it's just the border that she changed. If I can figure out, I will put it in. Well, it's already in the RWR Anthology Knit Along in Messenger. And if I can figure out how, I will add it to I should be able to copy it and add it to the description part of the next week's this. And you guys can go in and look at the description stuff ahead of time, right? For the lives. You guys can do that. Just somebody go in and see if you can do that. Go in there and just see if you can look at the description for next week's live right now. Would you check that out? And if you can, I'll go in and add this to it. Yeah, Miss Amber. And then if you want to do it Cheryl's way, otherwise you can just do it the regular way. Either way works out fine. She just liked the way the edges looked a little more finished. And you know Cheryl, she likes to change things up a little bit for us. So then this week we're going to be doing the Chevron seed stitch square. And I will do it this week. And then that'll give me a chance to, because I didn't get anything blocked or sewn together like I was supposed to on our catch-up week. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. But that's okay. That's okay. And because I'm going to check it. I'm going to try it. But sometimes I can do things that other people can't do. Seated rib square. There it is. Yeah, you can go into it. See, I can go into it, but I don't know if other people scheduled, but you can't see the description box. Today's, you should be able to go in today's, right? Boy, I wonder if that'll mess things up if I put it in today's. Oh, I can put it in a comment, right? I will attach it. I will make it the top comment. I'll pin it as the top comment for under today's, the top comment in today's video, this live. I will pin it and I'll make it clear that it's for next week's block. That should work. I'll do that then. I'll pin it to the top comment for this in this video, and I'll make it clear that it's notes for next week's block. Because you know the pattern's not ever very big. Okay, we'll do that then. I'll do that. And plus it'll be easier to find than digging through the description box. And then when we're talking about it, I'll put a note in the cal. Don't you go, Mary, don't you go into the Facebook group too? Because you could mention it in there. Honestly, I don't think that many people are doing this. I know there's a handful of people who are doing it. There's a handful of people that are finished already. I know I got a comment from one lady. Thank you. I got a comment from one lady that she said it's just way too easy and she just quit doing it. They're just waiting for Cheryl to come out with hers, which is, harder. And, people drop out. No big deal. I don't think there were that many people doing it in the first place. So, okay. I think we're done for now. We're at almost 50 minutes and, thank you. That's a great idea. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll put her updated comments, her updated pattern in the comments. I'll pin it to the comments of this video. So it's front and center for anybody that is looking at it. And I'll make sure they know it's for the next pattern for the seated rib square, which is March 17th pattern. And this week we are working on the chevron seed stitch square, which I will do the correct pattern this week. Well, now I feel good. I feel like I'm actually a little bit ahead of the game. And that might give me actually time to work on getting my blocks, my squares blocked up. This week shouldn't be as horrible for me. Shouldn't. And Morgan and I, so we'll split off and do a live in a few minutes. Oh, hello, Miss Karen. There's Miss Karen. We were just talking about you. Karen is the one she's like, yeah, this was simple. I'm done. Let's move on. Let's do something harder. And we're just about to close up here and move to a real live. Give everybody a chance to grab something to drink. They did. We're going to go to a Facebook Live. Yeah, no wonder your ears were burning. We're going to go to a Facebook Live. And if Amber is out of bed and has a bra on, we're going to bring her up as a guest. Ooh, I don't know if I can do that on the computer. Because sometimes I can only do things on my phone. I'll try that on the computer. Let's try that on the computer, Amber. We'll give it a try. If not, I'll flip over to my phone and we'll do it from there. And that'll give me a little bit of mobility because I have to go over to the shop this morning with Miss Morgan. Miss Morgan and I have to run to the shop. So because we left all the equipment there after the class and I've got all the craft stuff in my car. So we have to take her car over and she has to work today.
Oh.
So we have to be mobile. We can. Oh, good, Karen. Karen, see, Karen, you know all the things. You know all the things. So how are you doing with your sock? We were talking about your socks. We were talking all about your socks. Okay, I have a question for you, Miss Karen. Did you, huh?
I can empty your
I'm kind of thinking about not, because my next show is only in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, no, that's not true. Because we're gonna make I'm gonna make that sleeve.
Okay.
Miss Karen. Oh, hi, Chandler. Thank you for popping in. And guess who hit 2,000 subscribers this morning? Thanks to Miss Amber. Thank you, thank you, thank you, you guys. Okay, Miss Karen, what I wanted to ask you is, have you put your Twitch stream showing your sock, what's that called? Your sock challenge thing on the YouTube? You don't have 1K? Sock Madness. Have you put your Sock Madness stuff on YouTube? Oh, it's uploading now. Okay. Everybody go watch that. Go watch that. Mary put the link to your channel up a few minutes ago. Hello, Miss Chandler. See, people are coming in now just as we're getting ready to leave. So in just a few minutes, I'm going to go tinkle and freshen up my coffee and get some water because I'm so thirsty. This medicine I take, my mouth feels like the Sahara Desert. So please, please, please pop over. I know it takes a couple of minutes and I always lose some people in the translation. But please pop over because I try to keep this particular video kind of short and just to the cow, the knit thing. And so we can go over there and just chit chat about whatever pops up. And I'm gonna drag Amber into this kicking and screaming. And then we'll have a little bit of leeway about everything that we talk about. And because I want to talk about your socks. And maybe, Karen, I can show you my sock and you can tell me if I've messed it up, if I need to tear it out or if I can keep going. Because I don't want to do any more on it if I've messed it up. And I think I have. I'm pretty sure I have. I'm 90% sure I have messed it up. And since my knitting store is closed for the duration, I can't go in there and say, did I mess this up? Okay, so we're going to close this down. Give me like 5 minutes. It always takes me about 5 minutes to figure it out. And then we'll come back. It'll be a YouTube live. It'll be a YouTube live. So you guys know what those look like. So come back. Be looking for a YouTube live in just a couple of minutes, everybody. Come back. Come back. Okay? Hope to see everybody in a couple of minutes. Chandler and Karen and Mary. And why won't this go up? And who else is in here? Of course, Miss Amber, who I'm going to drag up here. So make sure you go get dressed. Put a comb through your hair. Find your glasses. We'll see everybody in a couple of minutes. Who else? Who else is in here? Miss Mary. Silly Nightbot. I think that's Oh, Katrina, if you're still here, if you're still lurking. Katrina. All right. Bye-bye.